We are having so much fun because Zach has been making us laugh throughout the whole break. You guys missed that part. Zach, I know that just the night before last was the official media, and we were all there, and it was absolutely fantastic. You were performing the week before.
Yeah.
How much did you enjoy the Laugh Factory?
Oh, it's so much fun. I mean, you know, it doesn't get better than the Laugh Factory. You know, it's got that name and it's a great, you know, iconic stage. You know, and then the showroom's so small and little, and it's, you know, it gives a real fun feeling with the crowd. So it's just so much fun.
Because that's down at the Tropicana.
Down at the Tropicana.
They've done so much down at the Tropicana. I know we're in the Riviera, but the thing is, we love the Riviera. Hold on. Okay. But this is Vegas, right? And when you're in Vegas, it's the whole strip from top to bottom. We're at the one end, and the Tropicana is down at the other end of the strip. But you know, they've done again so much in taking some of these old clubs, the older hotels, and just redoing the whole thing. The Tropicana looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, if you haven't been down there, it's beautiful now. It's, you know.
And the new pool, the new Nikki Beach pool, and so on. It's all good. So, did you have fun hanging out down there?
You know, I'm so little. I don't like going to the pool. I don't like with my shirt off.
We were just talking earlier this week about body images. Right. You know, you get invited to the pool party.
Yeah.
And you go in a t-shirt.
Oh yeah, I mean, winter's always my better season.
Right, because you can cover up.
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
Works the other way around too. So I was like, yeah.
Too much fun. So we were also talking about some of the experiences you were having, some people you've met. But tell me, what is the biggest difference from doing comedy when you were just like hanging with the frat guys, having a good time, everybody's telling jokes, cracking up, throwing back a few Coca-Colas.
Strong.
and turning around, and the difference now in doing it as a profession, where it's, you know, this is how you drive your income. This is building your persona. This is building your brand.
You know, I think a lot of it is just, you know, the mic. You know, when you're on stage, you're just having fun, and there's a lot of going back and forth with the audience and just playing off that. You know, but the other is you have to listen to me. You know, and when I'm with my friends, if I'm not funny, they just kind of go off and, you know, or, you know, topic, they'll start talking to girls or something. Whereas, you know, you're not going to have that when you're on stage. But other than that, like, it's so much fun, and that's what's so great about it, is it's just like hanging out.
I never would have thought that. I've always heard that the comedians are basically a little insecure, and when they get up there, it really scares the stuffing out. I mean, there's one thing, I think, for singers and so on. You have the big orchestra, you got the fanfare, you got, you know, with the drums and so on, some big timpani roll, and someone going, "Ladies and gentlemen." But with comedy clubs, it's a black background, a stage about 18 inches off the ground, and there's a mic stand, and that's it.
Well, yeah,
It'll make me laugh.
Yeah, it's just you.
Well, that's what's so hard about comedy too. It's like if you do music or you're you know, acting, and they don't like it, they don't like your song. But if they don't like you as a comic, they don't like you as like a person. Yeah, like they don't like you.
Did you ever get a tomato thrown at you?
I've never had a tomato thrown at me or anything thrown at me. I mean, I have, you know, maybe not at good sets, but what's also great about a club like the Laugh Factory is because they just love comedy, you know, and the owners of the club, they love comedy so much that they really support it, and they support you, and they, you know, and they really, you know, if you don't have a good set and they don't, you know, they're great about and just loving comedy, and they always bring just like, it's a supportive group around it, which is such an awesome thing to have in a club. You don't always get that.
Yeah.
So what did your parents say when you go home and go, "Hey, guess what? I'm going to be doing comedy full time"?
Yeah, I mean, I think my dad, he loves it just because he likes comedy. And then my mom, I think she's a little worried and wants me just, you know, to get a solid job that gives me health benefits.
Well, just a reminder, Don Rickles did okay.
Yeah.
You know, for many, many years. So there clearly is a great future for you. And, you know, the things that I get surprised by is just how talented some of these young people are. When we went to the media opening 2 nights ago, it was just phenomenal. The Laugh Factory was just all there, and it was exactly what you were describing. It's beautiful, it's fun, it's supportive. The comedians seem to be so supportive of each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah, which is, it's so weird because, you know, I thought going into it everyone was gonna be really like cutthroat and and it's not at all. Everyone's
not like television.
Right.
Yeah, and what's great about the Laugh Factory is they've already built that brand from Los Angeles. So it's like you get these big names that can now come into town and you know, compete or whatnot. Whereas before, like, the comedy clubs are all great, but it's hard to compete against Cirque. You know, when a lot of the comics that are coming into town and they're bringing are, you know, guys that you can see in, you know, Boise. But, you know, you're not going to see Paul Rodriguez, you know, on a Thursday night in your small hometown, but you're going to see him in a small theater at the Laugh Factory, which is great because it's now the comedy clubs can start competing with some of the bigger shows, whereas they weren't before.
With each other.
Well, I mean, of course, like the comedy clubs are, you know, because they want the same. But just, you know, in the entertainment, you know, we're competing against Cirque. You know, we need people to come.
And it is. It's tough. It's very, very tough to compete against those. Really
and the Laugh Factory is finally bringing acts to town that, you know, I think can see and they can hold their own. And it's not just.
I've always said this. You know, I mean, there's great shows up downstairs, great headliners, but by and far, some of the best shows you'll ever see and the best talent are some of the smaller shows, as you're describing.
Yeah, definitely.
That's true.
Zach, I want to thank you so much for being part of our show today. It has been truly delightful. It really has. Everybody at the Laugh Factory is absolutely awesome. So we're going to take a short break. We'll be back.